And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Look, Greg showed back up.
That's right. That's right.
The fear of every deer hunter is going across the land today of, is it going to rain or is it not? You actually went and put more seed out, didn't you?
Yes, with lights and...
Pull that microphone a little bit closer to you.
I got home about 8:30 last night. I planted again.
Boy, that's getting expensive, Greg. I hate to point that out.
Yeah, I could have probably bought a calf for what I've thrown away. But, I mean, the birds love it. I've got birds now that's so fat they can't even fly.
And they do.
It's going to rain one day. It's going to rain.
Let's go back to that beautiful bean footage. And for those guys that are wanting to know what's going on with the weather, let's pull up radar here so you can take a look at what we've got. Out to our west, it's looking good for those folks out there. They're getting a little bit of rain. Texarkana, if you were there in the Bandit and that Trans Am, it'd be raining on you there. As we look down here, Tyler, Texas, all east of Dallas getting it. We put it into motion. Here's what we got. We're going to get something that's going to fall after 4 p.m. is what we're being told. The chances are. And then depending upon what site you look at, it's 30 to 40% chance of rain.
So that's 60 to 70 that it's not.
Yeah, let me update here and see what the National Weather Service is saying at this point. 30% chance of showers after 4, gusty 20-mile-an-hour gusts tonight, up to a 40% chance from the National Weather Service.
So that's 60 that it's not.
It's saying before midnight. And then you get a sprinkle maybe by 2 a.m. So what do you think?
I'm going to go ahead and do my public service announcement early.
Yeah.
Keep your matches in your pocket today because it's going to be gusty, humidity. Anyhow, the humidity should be increasing if we get some rain, but the wind's going to be gusty. And I'm telling y'all, it's dry. Please, the leaves are falling. I mean,
yeah,
they're a foot deep already. I know you want to clean up your yard. I know you want to do all that, but I'm telling you, today ain't the day. Are we under a burn ban? No, not that I know of. Let's don't get put under one. And if everybody acts responsibly,
there you go.
We don't have to have a burn ban.
Woo, tell them. I let Sophie and Ellie out last night in the backyard. And it's a rare occasion that Sophie wants to play, but she let Ellie, who is like 20 times smaller than her, chase her. And as they ran across the yard, all you could see was dust.
Looked like Matt Dillon and Festus going across the desert.
It did.
Yeah.
And I said, Angie, look at that. It was something to see. My, oh, my, oh, my.
It's dry, but it's Mississippi. It's October. It's supposed to be dry.
Wayne Roberts sent you a message there.
Uh-oh.
Says, my green fields are looking great. I don't know what's wrong with yours.
Well, he's probably got a pump and a sprayer, you know.
Importing water.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I've heard of folks actually doing that, of having to slip the water in, put it in one of those sprayers and...
I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it that much. Does that make sense?
You know, used to, and I'm being honest with you, there was a point in time in my life, a morning hunt and an evening hunt, if I was off, I felt I had to be there. Without a shadow of a doubt. Now it's okay.
Nah, if it's not fireworks season, I'm going to be there in the afternoon. But now, to clarify something, very seldom do I ever fire a gun. I love watching them.
It is fun.
It's a hobby. I mean, I've got pets. I basically got them named. I mean,
you know when they come in.
Yeah, I don't really care about eating it that much. I just love watching them. It's just nature. That's my happy
It's kind of like Victoria's Secret, that bench that used to be at the mall.
Yeah.
You just like watching.
It's your happy place. I just like to go sit and watch my little deer come out, you know. Yeah. And I like for them to be fed.
Nothing like it, and it is fun. Have you got it? Did you? Because I had not when I stopped hunting majorly. It was just starting to come out there, the pictures that goes to your phone.
Yes.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
You got suckered into that too?
3:05 this morning, I got a picture. I jumped straight up to go look.
What was it, a doe?
Yeah, just walking across the field. But I enjoy it. I love watching them. I love watching them change year after year. And
Yeah.
like I say, I've got deer that we're personal. I've known them for 2 or 3 years now. You know.
Y'all getting closer.
Yeah, I just love watching them.
Man, what did you do to Brian McCary? He said it was nice seeing you in your Halloween costume today.
Well, we'll let that go. We discussed that this morning.
Greg caught me off guard. We can't repeat that. Oh, happy birthday to Glenda and Brenda. That comes from Dorothy George. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you there. Let's see here. As we get this day underway, we're going to talk about safety. Now, let me bring this up. This is important. I contacted the police department last night because I had so many of you sending me some messages of a threat that was put out for the Meridian area. Now, you never know when a threat is legitimate or if it's just someone making things up, but it got my attention enough to where I sent it to the police. There are 2 areas of town that had a threat. On the west side of town and sort of in the central portion of town that they would do something today. Police are well aware of this. They're going to, I'm assuming they have extra patrol in these areas, and we hope all that works out there. But be cautious no matter where you go tonight. We don't want you to be caught off guard. If there's a car driving slow beside you, pay attention to it. Watch your kids, and although and we'll talk about the Halloween times in a little bit of what they are, anything can happen during the day, but chances usually increase after dark. That's just typically. It doesn't mean that it can't happen during the daytime. I don't want anybody to misread me, but a lot of things happen worse after dark. So start getting home when the sun goes down. We want your kids safe. That's most important to us here. And did I say that right, Greg?
I think so. And I mean, you never know when to take something serious.
That's correct.
Normally, I was always taught those that make threats ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
But the minute you don't take it serious, you know.
Yeah.
But let's face it, something is apt to happen at any given moment, at any time. Just always be mindful. Be mindful of your surroundings. Have your head on a swivel and pay attention. And this is supposed to be, in my opinion, a happy day for little children. They want to get dressed up. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of Halloween. I like it for the candy and the little children. I don't care nothing about gory, scary crap. I don't even like scary movies. But this is supposed to be a happy day for little children to put on costumes and to enjoy it. And you remember as a kid, I mean, you knocked on doors and trick or treat. And come on, people, let's make it what it's supposed to be instead of.
And I had somebody ask me there, said that I need to be more specific of the areas. Let's call it Highway 80 area within the city limits, and I would say 23rd Avenue up through the center of Meridian, with those areas that were threatened in these texts that were put on social media last night. Mm-hmm. And that's without naming buildings. I don't want to cause any mass panic. But those are the areas, Highway 80, 23rd Avenue, up the center of Meridian, of what was threatened around town in these texts that were sent out last night. Be cautious, and it can happen anywhere.
That's right.
Would I go trick-or-treating on 5th Street? Absolutely not. Let me just go ahead and say it out loud. There was more shooting there last night. Again. Now, no one was hit or injured, but it still rang out. Be careful, be careful. Anywhere from 5th Street to 8th Street tonight, I cannot stress it. Now, I am under the assumption, and I'll have to call somebody later today, I would assume that all hands are on deck, including the Sheriff's Department and also on the Meridian Police Department side, just because it's a day of, generally, people pull pranks and things on days like this.
And here's an idea, that just, again, Greg's world. Go by and pick up a sack of candy, get the stuff to do some caramel apples, give your kids some candy, pull up, watch Hocus Pocus or something on TV, watch them.
Casper.
Have a pajama party in the living room with your kids, give them some candy, and if there's nobody to aggravate, and upset, maybe these thugs will quit doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. You can have a family night, have a good time, invite your cousins over, invite somebody you don't even like over. Sit around, they get you some candy, do some caramel apples. Man, them things is good.
They are good. I got to give you credit on that.
I like them caramel apples.
Look, we go all the way. Erica Davis joining us this morning from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Ooh, what day is it up there?
I'll never forget that day that you're right. That's a long way off, folks. Because I remember coming into town. I come in on a back road, and I remember as it entered, I crossed a little bitty bridge, and you could see that town off in the distance. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go there. Because they serious about traffic there now. Just,
yeah.
that ain't for me.
And the people that drive, and I know
You get used to it.
You get used to it. But I'm like, you know, I got a sister that lives in the suburbs of Atlanta, and we go to see them, and it's like, my office is 10 miles away, but it may take an hour and 15 minutes to get there.
That's right.
No. Well, and you live here on purpose? I mean, I just don't, you know, I get,
Yeah, boy. You stop to go to the Atlanta Zoo, you might not have a car by the time you get there. It's a rough neighborhood. I don't know if y'all been through there lately.
Yeah.
Whew. We'll be right back. We got more to talk about this morning. We got some special guests. Let's show what they look like. They're coming up. Somebody forgot their glasses. We're not saying which one.
They do look special.
We'll be right back.
When I was elected to the state Senate 9 years ago, my goal was to bring a new generation of conservative leadership to the Capitol to get things done. I'm Jennifer Branning, and I'm running for the Mississippi Supreme Court to do the same thing. I've written legislation to lower taxes and reduce regulations on farmers, manufacturers, and other businesses in Mississippi. On the Supreme Court, I'll use my experience and conservative values to always interpret the law, not to rewrite it or bend the rules for anyone.
Most everybody has been impacted by cancer in some sort of way. I personally witnessed it firsthand when my wife Casey battled breast cancer 4 years ago and won. So in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Kia Meridian would like to give back. We will be donating $100 per vehicle sold this month to the Baptist Cancer Center at Anderson's in Meridian. If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, come by and see us to help out for a good cause. Your fight is our fight.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Welcome back. As Erica says, she made that move from Enterprise, Mississippi, all the way up to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Have you got a coat? Girl, I just want you to be warm because it's just get bad. It's cold up there. You have to wear a jacket to nearly June in those areas. Man, the South is great. It's warm and hot year-round and dusty.
Oh, yeah. November is going to be 83, 4, 5 degrees.
Snow, those areas like that is tough. And where is, as we go down here and look at, where's this Stumpy, North Carolina?
Stumpy Point, North Carolina. I don't know, but I bet there ain't no traffic there.
It sounds like there ain't, is it?
Sounds like a nice place.
12 people. Salute. We're going to look that up. Susan Davis. As we, Kirby, and of course, as we go out to Long Creek here, what in the world have we all got going on? You two showing up together. Let me hit a button here. Here we are, right there. What are y'all doing?
Getting scared now. Take my picture.
Does your wife know you left home yet?
She's still asleep. How smart. I snuck out.
He said he didn't wake up, grumpy.
Keith joins us from the volunteer fire department at Long Creek. And, of course, we've got Kirby here with his hat on here, the VFW. He's going to talk to us this morning a little bit about what's going on with the veterans and things that are being raised up. And, you know, we were talking before we went on air, and Greg didn't seem to know who we were talking about. Terry Garr passed away this week. She was in the movie with, what was his name?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, Mr. Mom. Y'all remember her? Here's
Mr. Mom.
Right there. That's Terry on the left. I remember seeing her on Johnny Carson, and she was hilarious. A great, and she multiple sclerosis, I think, is what
Oh no.
she died of. She was 79.
Oh wow.
Yeah, diagnosed with confirmed Terry. Multiple sclerosis. Yeah, I'm right.
I'll be damned.
79 years young. She was such a beautiful girl.
Yeah, she was.
appeared in 6 Elvis movies. As she was kind of in the background behind.
Background dancer, huh?
Yeah, one of those that was on stage when Elvis would do his stuff. But she was
How
an.
do you do that again?
Probably wearing a bikini.
I just like
Did I do better than Trump? How he gets on stage and does that. And speaking of, let me say this: Did y'all see how he entered the rally yesterday?
No.
And you have to, when you're a public figure, I don't care what side of the fence you're on, whether you're a Republican or if you're a Democrat, you have to treat all Americans equally, because one day, if you are elected, you represent both sides of that.
or you're supposed to.
Correct.
right.
Now, I want you, because I respect these guys. I see them come by my house every day. They do a job that I particularly wouldn't want to do, and that's driving a garbage truck. Is that fun? Absolutely not. But those guys are out there in the rain, the cold, the hot sun, working every day. And Biden took a dig at Trump and called all of his supporters garbage truck drivers like that. So what does Trump do? He shows up at the rally as a garbage truck driver wearing his vest, and he walked on stage and he goes, you know, this is what makes me look skinnier. I'm going to drive it, use it from now on instead of my blue coat. But he took the stand of taking up for that guy that gets out there and does that job every day.
And I didn't know anything about this.
It's
but
a job I wouldn't
It makes
do.
me even think more of Mr. Trump. I'm sorry, man. You don't ever down nobody for earning an honest living.
No, you
I don't
shouldn't.
care what they do. And it's true. There's a lot of jobs out there that we might not would rather not do. But I got news for you. I ain't too good.
No, here's Fox News.
You
him
get
showing up in the
hungry.
truck.
You get hungry. You'll go to work.
Oh yeah,
That's
Especially
right.
if we quit feeding
It doesn't matter what job it is.
but it is. Your family is the most important thing, and there is absolutely nothing on this earth that I wouldn't do to help my family. I would do whatever, whether I'm physically able. I'd try. But 5 days away from election, who knows what is going to happen? And I'm not going to make a prediction because I truly do not know of where we are. Every poll that you look at is different. It depends on who's conducting it, how it's done, what they take away. So
I seldom watch the news anyway, but this time I don't I change it. If it comes on, I change. I'm so tired of hearing all that. And you gotta wonder, if you took your grandma's colander out of the cabinet and run all this junk through it, how much of it's legit? You know, on both sides, honestly. I mean, it just always digging and the polls and illegal voting. It's depressing.
I got to look this up because we had somebody else just say where they were from. At Webster City, Iowa.
Yeah, we got some folks that move.
Look here. Here it is right here, Greg. This that little dot right there?
Yeah.
That's where they are in relation to where we are down in the deep south.
All right. Her and her husband have been Scotty Ray supporters for a long time, and he was from there. I keep
Really?
up with him on Facebook. I want to say her brother is Sean, the house painter.
Yeah.
They're good people, good folks.
Hey, we know where Tomb Soup, Mississippi is. Others may not, but we can point that on a map. I've had to go
That's
there in a
right.
hurry once or twice in my life. It is so good to see the different people that are affected by our show, that watch us from all over this great nation. And truly, it is represented all over. And we can't thank each and every one of you enough for watching that with us. Let's see here.
We do appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Look for Deer Lodge, Montana. Is that where you are? Let's look at that. Deer Lodge, Montana. That was Hank Jr. had a song. Do you remember that? I mean, Two Dot.
Two Dot or Do Dot, Montana.
Two Dot. And I ain't going to say what the next word was.
That's
that
right.
Song. Deer Lodge.
Boy, didn't he fall off the mountain
Yeah, in Montana.
in Montana? Ajax Mountain, maybe?
Old Ajax Mountain.
That's right.
Here's Deer Lodge.
I got my Hank Jr. trivia going this morning.
Look at this. Man, that's a long way off. Montana up past Wyoming.
Oh, you can't get there from here.
And let me tell you, it's supposed to get cold up there, thanks to Google Maps for pointing out where that is, Deer Lodge.
You know how many times you'd have to stop and get a beef stick and a tank of gas?
And what's even scary is the cities that you'd have to go through to get there.
Ooh, it'd be so pretty when you got there. That's one part of the country. I've been from California all the way across up to Washington, D.C. and Tennessee, and I've never been that way. I want to go to
Montana,
Wyoming, Yellowstone, and then go down to the Grand Canyon, then go through. I'd like to see the lights of Vegas, the Hoover Dam, and come back through the stockyards of Fort Worth.
What was that Dan Seal song with the girl that her brother had all the teeth? Marie Osmond, Meet Me in Montana. You remember watching that as a kid. Gleam missed out.
Her brother had all them teeth.
You remember when he's Donnie Osmond on Teen Beat?
Yeah.
All you could see was those teeth.
Okay.
It took up the entire television set as we were kids. It was scary. It was like a beacon. Man alive.
Maybe he was doing a commercial for that whiting stuff.
It may have been that. Keith, as we talk about, what do y'all got going on this weekend out at the volunteer fire department? Are y'all raising money for something? Is that what?
Yeah, we are doing a car show. This is the second annual one. We're doing it Saturday, 10 to 2.
I was there for the first. I remember that.
We moved it last year. We did it in June. Everybody complained about being 100 degrees, and we said, November would be good, and now it's going to be 85, so ain't much different. So
That's right.
How many cars you got signed up yet? Are you still taking cars?
we're still taking them all the way up to the morning. We're going to probably start registering around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then we'll go to registration to close probably around 11:30, and we'll judge.
It's always fun, and of course we had some great food out there last year. I remember seeing that.
I get mad at them
Why do you get mad at him?
because they never choose my car.
I'd quit going.
Right, see, that's what made me mad. I bought this brand new 2020 Corvette, showed up over there, and they overlooked it totally. Said something about that ain't no antique.
I have to ask, is it fast?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Because his car has everybody posing in front of it.
He misunderstood. Said antique. He thought the driver was supposed
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean,
got it backwards.
that must be it right
but
there.
if you want something to do Saturday, I'm telling you, it'll be a good time. Like Keith said, the weather's going to be perfect. Go out there, look at the car. A lot of these men and women, they put a lot of time. And I've seen a couple of cases here lately of families. They got the kids involved.
Yeah.
Building
Absolutely.
a hot rod or
Yep.
building an oak is something positive to do. And if you're like me, you're a little nostalgic, you like a little history, go look. Go show kids what a car looks like. You might have to roll a window up, or you might have a third pedal called a clutch, and the little button in the floorboard.
Down on the floorboard to make your lights go up and out. Yeah.
You know, I mean, they put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into these vehicles.
I've been trying to
look
get
at 'em.
I keep thinking all my friends that come over will feel sorry for me as they pass by and want to be a part of a project that's going on.
You got a heck of a project down there. It's ripped apart.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Good Lord.
I'm worried.
It's going to take more than one or two kids to help you with that one.
I don't think Houdini put that.
All right, I got a question. Do I need to go buy a new part, or is there such thing as this? In the four-wheel drive system of this 86 that I'm doing, it's got a lock washer in there that holds the four-wheel drive in there, your bearings.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, somehow or another, in my late Saturday night, I'm going to put it back together. I messed up the threads on that. Can the inside of that lock washer be rethreaded, or I have to go buy a new to hold that bearing in? Is there anybody got a tool like that in town that does that, or do I got to just go buy a new
It's
one?
called Amazon.
I would redneckinize it, and I'd probably just weld it on there.
Yeah, that'll work right there. Just weld it on.
It'll stay till it breaks.
I didn't know, so I thought it probably welded it would work. We'll be right back. More coming up as we talk about car shows, food, and so much to do this weekend.
Good food.
Yeah, all on the way next to the Scotty Ray Report.
With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. As we keep going, don't forget to get those birthdays into us. We got a bunch of those coming in. We're trying to get caught back up with that. Yeah.
I write them down. I just can't read my writing. Sorry.
And part of my problem, and you know, it goes back to my early days in radio. Somebody would call in a birthday, you're in a hurry, and you didn't have time to ask how to spell it. So I learned quickly in the big wide world to spell things the way they sound. So you would pronounce them right.
Oh, boy.
That don't work out now.
He's got his own language, his own alphabet. You can pick up something and go, man, what does this say?
And they think English is tough.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember, and you brought up Hank Jr. just a minute ago. Hank Jr. had a song where he referenced where criminals ought not be. It was a big thing to where they publicized and they just want to, maybe it was referenced in Alexis put some beach nut in that dude's eye.
Yeah.
When we go back to remember how these folks that are incarcerated that makes millions smiling on TV after they're put in jail. Do you realize they're fighting over Charles Manson's estate? His children are now. I didn't even know he had children.
I didn't know he had an estate.
Yeah. He's got at least $1 million now that they're.
I mean, the place they were at belonged to somebody else at the time.
That's true, but he's got it. I guess from book sales, interviews, whatever. He's got a son. I had no idea about that.
I didn't either. He did have a lot of hippie girls out there.
He
though.
did have a bunch of hippie girls. So why isn't that given to that girl's family?
Yeah.
That's my thought. Tate.
Sharon Tate.
Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
Just small thoughts. And I don't know the answer to that either, but I thought we would mention that. Another big thing that we wanted to mention coming up this weekend is going to be out at the Lauderdale County Agri Center as you're going out and about. Hazardous Household Day, Amnesty Days, November 2nd through 2 p.m.
That's right. 2 p.m. too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to let you talk about this.
Those old tires, that paint, you know, where you had that, you needed a quart and you bought 3 gallons, been sitting in the shed. This is time to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Old car batteries, everybody's replaced battery in a lawnmower, 4-wheeler, whatever. Go on out there and see old Oscar 1, a.k.a. Daniel.
Yep, Daniel will be there.
He does a
Probably have some of them guys named Jay standing around too.
He does a great job. Appreciate everything Daniel does. But get rid of some of that stuff. But you don't know where to get rid of it. Tires.
Yeah.
Today,
Again, 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. if I said it correctly that time.
Oh, and them chemicals. Everybody, got them chemicals in their shed that the labels doesn't come off the bottle. And you don't know if it's going to make the tomatoes grow or make them disappear. You might want to carry that out there and let them get rid of it for you.
Because there is stuff that you forget. A label will come off and you ain't got no clue what it is. It's kind of like that paint can that you got there. Well, I don't remember the color of it.
As long as it's not clear.
Mix it together and paint my shooting houses. I've got some exotic looking shooting houses.
Save some money, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about trick-or-treating times.
I like trick-or-treating.
Here we are. This is the times for Meridian. As we look at the city of Meridian and what they're telling us, it's going to be from 5 until 7:30. Now, again, it's dark at 7:30. It's going to get dark. What was that? Sunset 6:13.
About 6:30. It's pretty.
Yeah, I would wrap things up by 6:30 before it turns dark, while you can still see everything. Let's go to Clark County of what we're being represented here in Clark County. As our friends down at Clark County Hot Topics gave us this, Enterprises until 5 to 8 p.m. Same for Quitman, same for Shibuda, Stonewall, and Pachuta. All of Clark County is 5 until 8 p.m. legally. Again, it gets dark 6:30ish. Use some common sense on all of this.
Hey, that's what I was going to say, common sense. Because what they going to do? Arrest Batman at 8:15?
Well, you notice on every one of those in Clark County start at 6. So if it gets dark at 6:30, you're only getting 30 minutes. And I know everything's got some space in there.
Yeah, Pachuta, the rest of them start 5 o'clock. We got Pachuta that starting at 6. It's dark.
Shibuda, yeah.
Pachuta and Shibuda, yep.
So just keep that in mind. We want everybody to be absolutely, in light of everything that's gone on this week.
And that's the world we live in. You shouldn't even have to post a time. I'm sorry. People ought to have enough common sense. By 8 o'clock, them young'uns need to be headed toward a good hot bath, homework, and bed. I mean, come on, people. Use some common sense.
I'm with that. We're going to have a press conference about common sense.
Well, it is a school night now. I mean, it's Thursday. We're not talking about a weekend here.
That's right.
I agree with that. And Kirby, what do you got going on this weekend?
Me and some of the Moose Riders from the Moose Lodge, local Moose Lodge 1628. We're going to be cooking 2 big old 85-pound hogs. Yeah. And along with 6 chickens. They ain't got their heads on them anymore, and we're gonna stuff 2 of them in 2 chickens inside of 2 of those 2 hogs, and then we're gonna cook the other 2 chickens on the outside.
So it's gonna be great food.
It's gonna be pulled pork, pulled chicken plates on Saturday that we're selling. We're gonna have baked beans, coleslaw, potato salad, sliced bread, soft drinks, tea, water, and several desserts to choose from on Saturday. So we're gonna be spending all night long Friday doing this cooking because it's going to be in a great big old brick-made pit that we got. It takes a long time to do that. Oh, absolutely! It takes quite a few hours to do it. So, but it's going to be a really good time. Saturday we're going to start selling. I want to say between 10 and 11, but it may just be 11 o'clock. I wasn't in the know on the time. But I am in the know about the food because they know I'm hungry. So I would say you get there. We'll probably have plates ready about 10:30. So I don't see no issues with showing up about that time.
Price on them?
I want to say it's $12, but don't get me the line for sure.
We're gonna have
in fact, somebody might actually somebody listening might actually know. They may be able to write in here and tell me the thing. I'm not, or somebody might call me here in a minute and say, "Hey, stupid, it's this amount." But
regardless, just get out Saturday.
But regardless, come on, there ain't gonna be no rain.
That's right. You want a plate? Go by there and get you a plate,
and take it out to your deer hunter there.
Yeah, that's right.
There you are. We'll be right back. More coming up. Scotty Ray Greg is. We got Odie somewhere. We're not.
He's out probably pirating the seas. You know. By now he's got a patch over one eye and one of them swords in his hand. He thinks he's. Whatever.
Yeah. J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp, trail riding, or just working on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
As fast as we
Welcome
can
back.
go.
I'm your friend Scotty Ray, all the way from Concord, North Carolina, joining the show this morning.
That is used to be a neighbor of mine, Dawn. I'm glad you're watching this morning.
What'd she move up there for?
I
Get away from
tired
him.
of this hot weather.
Well, she went to a place that'll cool her down.
Would love to see you. Hope you all is well. Glad you're watching. I mean, it amazes me, you know.
Yeah. Have you ever had anybody you go up and they had a car for sale and you go, how much you want for that? Well, let me call my wife. Let me find out. Did we ever get a price on this?
Not yet. Just keep doing your show. I'll get you a price.
We having a cooking Saturday. We're gonna cook.
We're going to cook some. It's pulled pork, pulled chicken. You just come on out and we'll make you a plate. You just come on out and make you a plate. Or 2 or 10.
Oh, that's funny.
We'll even deliver.
As we go back in time, let's take a look at a few things that happened today. It'll be 1912. I think it was it Buttermilk? Am I right on that? Wasn't that the name of the horse? I'm almost so sure her horse was Buttermilk, and he hung up with another horse named Trigger, which caused them to all fall in love, and they would get married later. But Dale Evans was born on this date back in 1912. Am I close on Buttermilk?
Yeah,
I think so.
Who else would know information?
Nobody else knows it, so we'll give it.
I thought the horse's name was Trigger.
As we look at, let's go to where are we going next? Let's go to 1919. As a few of you remember watching. Did you ever watch Welcome Back, Kotter?
No. Yeah, but that wasn't 1919.
No, but the principal was born on this date back in 1919. His name was John White, that little fellow right there. He was born on this day. I don't remember seeing him in anything after that. Did he? Y'all remember anything?
I bet he did. I bet he was even in country and western shows. I bet you he was in a western TV show. You watch.
Had to be a western?
Absolutely. Everybody did.
Back in the day. Now this.
Oh, sweet lady, sweet lady.
Who's
1922.
Miss Ellie.
She was born today. Y'all remember her?
Yeah.
Sure liked that show. She just seemed sweet. Now, I'll be honest with you. After Jock died, that guy that brought in as her husband, it just didn't do it for me.
Nah, no.
I don't even remember his name.
But I did like their spread, though.
South Fork?
Yeah, South Fork. I dated a girl who lived out there.
Did you?
Yeah. Scared the mess out of me.
I bet so.
I tell you.
Dallas, and of course, they always made that driveway and everything look humongous. And now, as you see it, it was all about how you hold the camera.
That's kind of like them fish and them deer.
Yeah.
Out here, so that 3-pound bass looks like it weighs 12 and a quarter.
It's like going in the jungle room. I thought the jungle room at Elvis's house was going to be monstrosity, and it was just an average little room in a house in comparison to the way things are now. But back in the day, Elvis had it going on with that, and it did look bigger than this guy. We brought him up a few days ago. He was punched about 9 days ago. Somebody hit him in the stomach, a boxer. It hurt him, and he would die from those injuries today. As we go back to 1926, Harry Houdini. I don't know how he done all of that, how you get underwater and undo handcuffs. I never had that urge to want to do stuff like that.
Well, you got to practice. So we'll... Hey, Odie's scuba diving. We should have handcuffed him.
Let's see how well he done.
Yeah, you just got to, Odie, you got to be quicker.
That would. I am not a musician. What's the guy that Copperfield? He was supposed to be really good at what he done.
David Copperfield.
Did he come to Meridian one time?
Talking about the magician?
Yeah, the magician.
Yeah, but he disappeared.
Yeah, he did. Remember, I remember watching that episode of where the Statue of Liberty disappeared. Boy, you want to talk about some fake cameras.
I thought we'd hawked it. I'll let that go.
Had to loan it to China for interest there. 1936, this guy would be born, and every role that he ever played on television or movies were always...
wholesome.
Yeah, that's the word.
Wholesome. I mean, like him, don't like him, whatever. The guy, in my opinion, he made a difference if you watch some of the shows.
You go back to when he played Little Joe. He always stood up for that little guy there, regardless. Although his daddy was rich and owned a big place called the Bonanza, the Ponderosa.
Yeah.
As we go back to remember Michael Landon.
Wasn't nothing small about him, though. That boy was huge.
He was just short.
Yeah.
But he
Left-handed.
had that 10-gallon hat.
He rode the paint horse and he drew left-handed.
Yep, sure did.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, as many of you watched, maybe it wasn't as big, that Highway to Heaven. That was
good. And I liked his partner on there. I can't think of his
French,
name.
Victor French.
Yeah,
Victor.
I liked him. He made that show to me.
Did you know he was like 51 or 52, not older than 56 when he died?
Yeah, yeah.
Young guy.
He died
looked
young
older.
man.
Mr. What was he on? As you go back to remember him on Little House on the Prairie, he played Mr.
Adams?
No.
Paul. And you're right. Teeter on Yellowstone is his daughter, Karina said.
And he had a house full of young'uns now.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Landon, yeah, he has some children.
Oh, Paul.
Yeah, he played Paul. P-A-A, just P-A.
Mr. Edwards.
Mr. Edwards, yeah.
Thank you, Desiree and Christy. We appreciate that. A lot of you remember Rusty, but he just really played good parts. I never saw him involved in a movie where he was done something that would have been
uncouth
to kids.
Yeah,
it was always, and I like
wait a
that.
minute, which one was Mr. Edwards?
The
bearded guy.
The bearded guy with dark hair, right?
Yeah, right there in the background. Right?
He was in Gunsmoke, him and another guy, and they played these offbeat characters that they took their grandfather, turned him into a horse thief, so that they themselves to collect the reward money, and they dug underneath the street, and the street fell in.
Y'all know these things, don't you?
Oh yeah.
How did it? Since you just made that little, do you call it the word innuendo?
Yeah.
How you say it?
Now, innuendo is where you go.
Yeah, that's right. You're talking about innuendos.
There's all types of rumors. That's pretty great. I don't care who you are. There's more to this than meets the eye, and it's not a rumor. We all know it's there. We just don't know where. But, there's supposedly tunnels around town where we live, little secret compartments. How did they do that in the early days without something falling in on them?
Well,
when technology was
again,
not.
a few people disappeared. You had to practice.
That's probably what happened there. But that does exist out there, y'all. Let's see what happened else on today. Back in time, we go to 1942. He was a sourpuss.
Charles Emerson Winchester.
Yes.
From Boston, General.
From Boston.
He had to have
Massachusetts.
tea and fine things in life.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't fit my...
No.
And, you get into those characters on that show.
Well, he took, what's his name played? Ratface.
Frank Burns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about Frank.
Yeah, Frank
tried
Burns.
to fool with Hot Lips Houlihan.
Oh, yeah. No. Not Charles. Charles didn't feel that she was up to his par.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That is correct. He did not feel, but there is an episode in there where the two of them get chummy.
Yeah.
And it was chummy. They didn't really do bad things, but they were chummy. And she did help him get his position. If you look at the very last episode,
right,
she helped him get his position as a doctor in Boston General.
This man knows his MASH.
Oh, yeah. I love MASH now. Don't get me going on MASH.
My favorite episode with him is where they think he's being a Scrooge at Christmas and donating all that stuff
That's
to
right.
the orphanage.
That's right.
And
but he didn't want nobody to know.
Want nobody to know it. He didn't want to ruin his image of being a jerk.
That's right. And a Scrooge.
Yeah, they think he's being tight, and he's giving a lot.
Yeah.
Since we're on it, let's just do a quick opinion in the room. Colonel Blake, or do you a Colonel Potter is the more likable?
See, I liked them both. But did you know that Colonel Potter was actually in the Army?
Really?
Yes, sir. Not only that, I know two other people you'd never guess was actually in the military.
Yeah. From that show?
Yes.
Radar and Klinger?
No. Klinger is one. Yes. I'll give you $1 if you tell me the last one right now.
I'm thinking the Radar?
Alan Alda.
Really?
Yes,
Shocks me.
Alan Alda and Klinger and also Colonel Potter.
Really?
I always kind of liked Blake. He had some, and he got what, parole to go home? Is that the way to put it?
Well, sort of. Yeah, he got sent home and he died going home.
Oh,
that's right.
Sure did.
That's just
That was the saddest. And to tell you the truth, none of the characters knew it except for him. That was going to happen in the series.
Really?
And it was the first time anyone had ever killed off a main character.
It happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
You'll remember this guy. It was 1945 when he was born. His name is Brian Murray. I don't know who that is. But
Bill Murray?
Nah, he was maybe Ken. I'm not sure. But he would be kidnapped on this popular television show by Cousin Eddie.
Christmas Vacation.
Y'all remember him?
Oh, yeah.
There's a scene where he brings him right on up in there.
Oh, that was hilarious. But he was the boss.
We'll start watching that.
Yeah, he was the boss.
Yeah, that's Christmas time's coming.
That's right. After midnight tonight, sounds of the season. You can start listening to Christmas music.
Who sang that After Midnight? We're gonna make it. Was that it'll come to me in a minute. That just popped in my head.
Just to let you know.
Yeah.
$12 a plate.
$12 a plate.
Smart Alex.
Like Saturday, and we know it'll be ready by 11. But it might be ready at 10:30, and it could be ready at 10. But by 11, it'll be ready.
That's our spokesperson.
For sure.
He
For
gets
sure.
it all out there.
For sure.
We go back to 1950, and everybody's got to have that favorite uncle, I guess.
Uncle Buck.
The great outdoors, Uncle Buck, and the list is trains, planes, and automobiles.
Oh, yes.
I love that old car he drives. And
It's just sad he passed away early, too.
Oh, he did?
Yes, sir. He did.
Does anybody remember? Was it health problems?
I think it was. I think it was health problems.
Wasn't like a lot of them that partake of things they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It'd be number one today in 1958. I brought it up on the first show and finally went there. This guy was in Clint Eastwood's Josie Wells. He also was in Rawhide, and he was also a singer. His name was Sheb Willey, and he sang Purple People Eater.
Was he really?
Yeah. He was, if I remember in Josie Wells, you remember the two guys?
Oh, yeah.
And they said, we got us.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Hold your gun. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't work out for them. Boom, and it was over.
He usually is.
Goober.
Yes.
Goober was the other one that was holding the guns on
Sure
him.
was.
Yeah, off of Andy Griffith.
And y'all do know that
George Lindsay.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, George
That
Lindsay.
show was really, the Outlaw Josie Wells was based on a real character in life.
No.
And truthfully, it was a guy whose family was taken out by the Northern Army, and he took up arms. He wasn't going to fight.
Right.
And his family was killed, and he went to war after that.
I mean, dang.
That's what happened there. This next guy, I remember him. Y'all remember Neil McCoy? Y'all remember him?
Yeah.
He had a video called Billy's Got His Beer Glasses On.
Yes.
And it had a major actor play in it. It would be this guy, Rob Snyder. He's having a birthday today. He was in Deuce Bigelow. Did you watch Deuce Bigelow? No.
It was hilarious.
We didn't have a TV.
And the theory to this is he has to watch his friend's house while he's out of town, and he's got this fish, and he accidentally busts the tank, and the fish falls on the floor, and he doesn't have the money to replace it. This guy's a pretty bad guy, so he does the only thing that he knows to do. He becomes a gigolo to replace the fish.
Some of us have starved to death, but anyhow.
But the funny part is, he doesn't do any bad acts.
No, he doesn't.
Just takes women out that can't get dates. Like there was the woman with the big feet, and he just massaged her feet.
I gotta went somewhere and caught a fish.
And do you? I've heard the term. I've never been around, and I know it exists. This is a real disease, Tourette's, to where you blurt things out.
Whatever comes
so
out.
The girl couldn't get a date because she would just. Blah, blah, blah. So he takes her to a ball field, and she just yells all these obscenities, and everybody claps, and he made her feel special. So he ended up being a great gigolo. That movie was funny. That drug dealer come home, and his fish was dead. Greg, I gotta expand your horizon.
Don't watch movies that much.
Oh,
It's not his fault he didn't own a TV growing up. It's not his fault.
We only had about 5 years of my childhood. We didn't have one. It went out, and we didn't have the money to replace it, so we didn't get one. And I'd go to school, and they'd tell us about shows, and we just didn't know.
Kids have no idea now.
No, they don't.
Honestly, they have no idea. Cut your phone on and hear 3 elderly women talking, and that's what it was like back then with those parties.
Absolutely.
You couldn't get Sunday afternoon.
That's
you pick
right.
it up. You're not calling your girlfriend. You're not calling nobody because somebody's on the party line.
Somebody said that Rob's daughter is a singer named Ellie King. I don't know that.
Who does she sing with?
Greg needs to be in Napoleon Dynamite.
Watch Napoleon.
I've never watched that show.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Never seen
That was
it.
funny. That was
That's like
funny.
that show everybody was Dumb and Dumber.
No,
I watched about 10
That one I couldn't deal with.
ain't good.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything with that one.
Funny to this, and again,
Yeah,
this is
and then there's
Greg's
stupid
world,
funny,
my
too.
opinion.
Yeah, it's
There's
Kirby's,
funny
too.
And they're stupid. I like Jackie Gleason is funny.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber is stupid.
Yes,
That's my
right.
opinion.
And here's another one that as you cross that line that I quit watching it. Now some of you are going to disagree with me on this. That show that had Brad Cooper and all those people in it, the bachelor party thing where they went to Las Vegas.
Oh,
To me,
that
it
was
just
stupid.
A big
Yeah.
drunk stupidity
It was.
movie.
It was.
I did not like that.
I did.
20 minutes into it, I turned it off,
Yeah.
went about my own business. It represented everything. that I
But the
don't.
funniest part to me in the whole, in fact, that whole franchise there,
Yeah.
that Bachelor franchise, was the doctor, I don't know if he's an American, but he Asian
The guy
descent.
that jumped out of the trunk with
Yeah,
fire to it.
jumped out of the trunk. That was the funniest part to me.
Somebody was locked in a
Yeah.
trunk with no clothes.
He's actually a medical doctor, by the way.
a real one.
Yes, he's an actual bona fide college-made
But it just
doctor.
It doesn't. There's, as Greg just said, there's funny,
Yeah.
and then there's that line that crosses the line of
Right.
representing what.
Jackie Gleason and Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh my
Now
God!
that's
Yeah.
funny.
Ain't no way
Dumb
you
and-
come from my lawns.
That's right. Dumb and Dumber is just
First thing I do when I get home is I'm gonna
Beat your mama.
you sounded so much taller on the radio. Daddy, I want some hush puppies. Now that's funny.
the ball game.
That's funny.
1964. We go back for Buck. Love's gonna live here again. Y'all remember that?
Wow, yeah, I do.
Buck Owens. He had a sound of all of his own. I can tell by Greg's face he wasn't a Buck Owens fan.
Oh, no, I like Buck Owens. I was trying to remember if that's about the time Merle Haggard took his wife.
Yeah, boy.
I think it is.
And every time I think of Buck and all of that situation with Merle Haggard, I think of Bobby Bear in The Winter.
Yeah.
She gets uglier, boys.
That makes me the winner.
That makes me the winner.
1964. I've met this guy countless times, and he's one of those to where he's blunt. I was in Nashville one night. Me and Debbie got invited to a party. We were on the 5th floor of this bank, and everybody who done it. How do you word that? The whodunits of the neighborhood was there, and he's on stage. It was probably about maybe 70 people there, and somebody was talking, and he stopped, just cut the music, and goes, "Hey, I'm trying to sing up here. These guys, I'm paying them, and we're going to sing Hush or Leave." I went, whoa. Darryl Worley was born on this day in 1964. He don't hide how he feels. Not at all. Now,
No.
this next guy, ice, 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 baby. That's all I know.
Oh, vanilla?
Yeah. He does, you know what he does now? He flips homes. He has a TV show where he goes and flips houses.
He did
The
something.
music
He knew he wasn't going to stay that forever.
No, that ice, it's pretty bad.
No, it melted.
Yeah, it was horrible. Let's just go ahead and tell what it was. 1972 on the flip side. Back in the day in radio, really, there was a flip side. You had to have the A side that you want to play, and there was always something on the back side. Willie would hear about this and re-record it later, and so many other people, but you would almost live, he did. This was really described his last few years of his life of always on my mind.
No.
Does that not describe him and Priscilla, those last few years? It does to me every time I look at it. Little things I should have said and done. Whew. 1981, this is one of my favorite guys, right here from the great state of Mississippi. A cotton-picking Delta town. Y'all know him. It would be Charlie Pride. He had a #1 today called Never Been So Loved in All of My Life.
And when I think of Charlie Pride, and it may have been the song you just named. I think about him talking about that
The ice
dusty
cream.
street and that ice cream cone.
You walk up and down.
Yeah.
Nothing to do on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
In a cotton-picking Mississippi Delta town. It's been years since I heard that, but man, Charlie Pride. And Sledge, Mississippi is where he come from. He grew up poor than poor.
Yeah.
And you walked to town. You didn't take a ride.
And you can just see eating that ice cream cone, that car go by and that dust.
You live it.
That's right. That's right.
It would be 1987, and this was called the ETC treatment. He had more number ones in the 1980s than any other country artist. He was kind of like the Lionel Richie of country music at the time.
Wasn't my
Earl Thomas Conley, right from the start. Oh, come on now. I met her in a small town bar not far from home.
Now that one
She
I
was
like.
having second thoughts about a man that was always gone.
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon.
No, that
I'll
ain't
do
my
something
song.
right.
No, that's the story of my life.
Holding her and loving you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, because you think about that. He's got this girlfriend on the side, but he's got this other old girl that he's married to, and he's holding her and loving you. It's the hardest thing he'll ever have to do is holding her and loving you. And I don't know if he ever left at the end of the song or not.
Oh, well, see, I just can't relate to
Fire
that.
and smoke.
I just can't relate to that.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because my wife killed me.
Lisa come after him. I can see his shoe coming.
I ain't holding nothing.
Let's see, 1993. This guy, I can't remember that movie, but it was the kids that were going down the bridge. Joaquin is his brother, but I can't remember that. Of all the kids that went down the railroad track, they're walking down it.
Stand By Me.
Lean on Me?
Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Or Lean on Me, yeah.
River Phoenix in that?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's dead too.
Yeah, 1993.
Oh yeah, I can read it now. I didn't bring my glasses.
The only show in town.
Oh dang! Now we know who didn't bring his glasses.
But if I remember, that was a drug overdose of some sort. As we go back to remember that happened on this day. That pretty serious stuff
You
there.
Look at his hair until he.
Yeah, it was there. Uh-oh, somebody went to jail today.
Ow!
I feel good. James Brown was arrested, and well, he went to jail. South Carolina. He got arrested several times in life. Tax evasion was one of the ways they got, kind of like Al Capone. They got him on that.
They got him on that. They couldn't get him for all the real bad stuff he did.
He
get him for tax evasion.
He ran from the cops for something. I forget what the excuse was why he told them he ran. They wrecked his truck and arrested O'James. But I just still remember him in Rocky. Him coming on that stage.
Oh, you don't remember that? Yeah. He got out there.
Mind with him.
Living in America.
That's it.
That's right. Ow! I feel good.
You can't get music like this anywhere. As we go back to this,
I should hope not.
I met this old girl in Jackson, Mississippi on a Saturday night, and she was absolutely everything. Have you seen her lately, though?
Well, they just taking your car down off the jack.
Yeah, there she was. Shania Twain, 1998, had a number one with "Honey, I'm Home."
Had the prettiest belly button I've ever seen in my life.
You know they wouldn't let what's her name show her belly button.
Who's that?
The one, I Dream of Jeannie, Barbara Eden. Wasn't that her name? Barbara Eden.
They wouldn't let Roseanne Barr show hers either.
But she hadn't seen her own belly button.
There ain't a prettier woman alive than Barbara Eden. That lady was just classy.
I know Raquel Welch was up there, buddy.
Trying to prove me wrong, man. That puts a man at tight. Raquel Welch.
Let me tell you what, boy.
So, what do you think? Raquel
1 million BC. That was the name of the movie.
It was.
That's right.
What you think, Greg?
He never saw it.
Shania Twain was absolute, but she has had so much play. That showed
Kenny Rogers.
Yes,
looks plastic like the side.
Oh Lord, yeah, that he can't even shine the light on him because he shines.
Still,
Dad, because his skin's so tight.
You wouldn't break it to him, he's dead.
You know. No, I know that, but I'm talking about before.
Shania, I saw a picture of her. She seriously, I'm being all honest. She's had surgery. And I wouldn't know it's her now. She's had so much. I couldn't identify her in a lineup.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
She's beautiful, but I would not be able.
You wouldn't think it was her.
Yeah, never. 1998, this would make the cover of TV Guide. Everybody liked this guy. He was just doo-doo-doo. He'd come along. It was Blue's Clues. They made millions off of that show. Oh, Blue taught a bunch of kids stories. It was kind of like the Captain Kangaroo of the next generation.
I know Mr. Green Jeans or Mr. Moose. I'm not interested.
I watched all this for about the first year, and then they got to a scene that it turned me off, and I never went back and watched it. It would be the premiere of The Walking Dead.
Never seen it.
Yeah, the first part was good, and it went south. Look at the pretty flowers. Maybe right after that, I quit. This guy, I remember watching him in The Rock. He was there with, what's his name, that was in 3,000 Miles to Graceland and all of the...
Nicolas Cage.
007.
Nicolas
Cage. But boy, was The Rock good with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Man, he played everything that he was in. Passed away. That's been 4 years ago, y'all. It's just he was just a scholar, one of those gentlemen that you see.
Yeah.
Need to answer old Sandy White. Sandy White's asking if the grumpy old men fought over Raquel Welch.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they did not. They fought over Anne Margaret.
Anne Margaret.
Who was in the Elvis movie.
Who was in the Elvis movie.
Now, she was pretty.
Yeah, Viva Las Vegas.
She was pretty.
Yeah. Did you know he was actually having an affair with her at the time?
I got a feeling Elvis had an affair with all.
Well, I think he did too. I think if I was Elvis, I would have.
She was. Oh boy.
She's pretty as a special pup under a pulpwood tree.
That yellow dress that she wore in Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
now,
sir.
This next girl, we all know where she is. I think a billionaire now. There's just no other way to word it. But she made history in today, and you have to recognize history when it's done, whether you like her music or not. She made all 10 slots of the Billboard Hot 100 charts at the same time.
Wow,
that's serious.
And I honestly can't name one song that she.
I didn't.
I don't.
What was the?
I don't know a single song of hers.
The when you sing Tim McGraw, that was her first. When you say Tim McGraw, that's all I can really.
I don't like him either. That's just
Tim,
me.
yeah.
Everybody got their own opinion.
Yeah. So your favorite artist of all time is?
Merle Haggard, probably.
Yeah.
I would throw George and.
I have to, because I remember when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, I got $9 to cut the grass of the house next door to me, and I had to push it. And I'd buy Hank Jr. albums. So I have to.
I'm a Hank Jr. fan.
There were $7.98, and I'd have $1 left after I got cutting grass every 2 weeks.
Go to the sound shop.
And he had 50 albums. So let's just tell you, it took a long time.
See, I never had a favorite because as a kid in the orphanage, I would go to the local Eckerd store, which is just across the street from the orphanage, which looked like actually it had a 10-foot high fence and to keep us in and other people out.
Right.
And it looked like a prison. So I'm not going to tell you where any of that stuff or how old I was back then, but the reason why I didn't have any special one or any favorite singer, because whatever album I could steal underneath my my big army jacket, that was the one I was checking out at the time.
Sometimes it was Roy Orbison.
Yeah, one time's Van Morrison. Other time,
I don't know any Van Morrison. I know that people like that, but it just I was more into that fighting side of me of music like that.
Yeah, I can understand
Merle
that.
Merle Haggard to me, I just like, and when you get to looking like Elvis, I mean, Merle recorded so many songs. I mean, just hundreds and hundreds that you never hear. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're out there.
One thing that touched me about Merle Haggard, because we all make mistakes, as Kirby just admitted there live with us that he made a mistake as a young man. Branded Man by Merle Haggard, where he sings about where he went to jail. No matter where I go, what I do, I got to tell them where I've been.
That's right.
And now I'm a branded man.
Right.
Yeah.
Mama Tried.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that was a good
How
one.
do you not love that song?
And what about Mama's Hungry Eyes?
I like Johnny Cash's. Folsom Prison.
I'm telling you, it's touching stuff of people that lived it.
Some of these songs actually had meaning in them. It wasn't "you make my speakers go boom, boom." I'm sorry, it makes me want to throw up.
Got my answer, and I do like that song. I didn't know Van Morrison done it. My Brown Eyed Girl. I thought it was
Brown Eyed Girl. Jimmy Buffett did do a copy of that.
Okay, all right. But he would probably be the one. TJ and Y, we've all been there. Toys, Guns, and Yo-Yos, if you didn't know that. Huh.
No joke.
Yeah, that's what it meant. You didn't know that?
No, I have a clue. I've been to TGNY, but I didn't know what it stood for.
We'll be right back. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Habo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need to keep you dry in those wet conditions. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954.
Domino.
Here we go. We're all searching songs trying to figure out where we is. Hey, I need to say congratulations. We just spoke with the folks over at Pinch and Tail. There you go. They were giving away a $25 gift certificate. They've just drawn from that. I think Jeff had to reach in and pull it out. And congratulations to Christina Taylor. She is the winner of the $25 gift certificate to Pinch and Tail.
So go get you some shrimps and stuff.
Ooh, that shrimp is good there.
Yes, it is.
I licked my fingers last time we went there and done it.
You can chase it down with ice cold Coca-Cola too. Man, ain't nothing like eating them boiled shrimp.
Well, if she doesn't want her, she can pass it to me.
Yes, sir. Coca-Cola made right here in Meridian.
Hey,
Can't miss it. They deliver it every day.
Hey, you see what? That's the actual commercial. It's empty. That's what, a lot of people on coffee, this is what I look for. I go straight to the refrigerator when I get up in the morning. Baby Diet Coke.
And let me say this. I ran into Hardy not long ago, who is the owner of Coca-Cola. And a lot of people, the young man that I was at had no idea who that was. And they were doing a car wash. And he pulled over to get his truck washed, and the guy was telling him, he goes, man, when I was a kid, I went to Meridian High School too, and I was in the band, and he had no idea that's who that was, and he got ready to go, and he gave him a lot more money
than what they would.
Right,
yeah, and I just went because he just slipped out, never said anything, and I appreciate Hardy for doing that. It shows kind of fella he is, and we do appreciate that. Let's see here. We got somebody we got to get rid of. A scammer. They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
And yeah, we appreciate everybody mentioning that. When you see a scammer, let us know. We'll try to get rid of those as quickly as we can because they do that. Now, have we gotten together and figured out what we're selling and what we got, Greg?
I think you're having a hog cooking at the Moose Lodge.
We think.
And they're going to cook chicken and hog.
Yes.
And they're going to sell plates for $12.
Yes.
Starting at sometime between 10 and 11.
Yes.
At 11, you're guaranteed you're going to get a plate.
Now, see, I didn't have to say none of that.
It didn't take but an hour to get that information.
Well, I had it right to begin with, but then I had to go verify because you asked. Had you not asked, I'd have not had to done it.
So get out, get you some barbecue tomorrow. Go support the Mooses for a good cause, and we appreciate you coming in today, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
We got a new deputy that we need to say congratulations to that has now joined the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, Deputy Mason Easterwood. Salute. Welcome to the force. We'll be seeing you somewhere on the side of the road somewhere, one way or another, at an event.
Hope it's under.
Hopefully standing.
Absolutely there. And let's see what else is happening here. What we've got. I wanted to bring this up. We had an incident yesterday, an accident that happened in town.
Oh, a bad one. A
it was
really bad one.
Let me jump over here to this.
Why are you doing that, Keith? Tell everybody, don't forget tomorrow, Long Creek Ball Field, Long Creek Firehouse.
Yes, Saturday at 10 to 2, we're going to have the car show. We're going to have live music, food, kids' activities. We're going to they'll get to play on the fire trucks. We get to do all kinds of stuff. I think we're going to have the sheriff department's going to bring a car out they can look at. So that'll be something for the whole family to do.
Gonna have some food there too,
Oh yeah,
aren't
we're
you?
gonna have good food. We're gonna have cooking some Boston butts that everybody wants us to cook, but it's too much. So we're cooking 4 of them. And we're gonna make sandwiches out of them. So that way you get your Boston butt for
Let
this
me
year.
correct myself. That's Saturday, not tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
Saturday.
misspoke.
It did sound like this feels like Friday,
But
doesn't
when
it?
I'm wrong, I was wrong. So I'll step up and admit it.
I was going to say something.
You know, after I done run Patrick up the
Yeah,
flat,
that's right. I was fixing to go ahead and bring you to the ditch. I was going to bring you to the ditch with me.
Go see Keith and them Saturday. I'm telling you, it's good folks. Imagine you're going to have old Darryl down there getting,
Oh yeah,
getting busy.
he's gonna be the announcer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's gonna get to talk.
He's got a golden voice
Right.
now, golden
Ooh,
voice.
yeah. Can't wait for that. Now, I brought this up, and let me say this: that our hearts go out to this. We don't know the condition this morning, and we do our very absolute best to be always cautious when we come up on an accident. And I knew when we got there that the family did not know about this accident. There was a 5-car pileup yesterday in front of, and this is all we're going to show. I've got pictures of all of it after everybody knows everything, because it's one of those things I feel like we need to show later as to what accidents can do, because they can be dangerous. But a car basically pulled out of Tractor Supply, struck another car, spun it around, and then it was hit head on by other
Knocked
cars.
it into the other lane.
Correct. It threw a young man out of the car. It ejected him onto the pavement. He was in very serious trauma yesterday. I don't, as of last night, it was still listed as very serious.
Touch and go.
Yes, and I have not been upgraded on his condition this morning. We pray for that family, a very, very young fella, as names have not been released in any of this, but our hearts go out to their family. And again, we were very cautious of what we showed. We kept it over toward the ambulances. But, the picture, and let me just show this, on down to the left of this car here is where his car were. It was 2 ladies that were there that went out to help him. And then I was told that somebody else was kind of ugly at the scene. And when someone's hurt bad, you don't do that. I didn't witness it. I was just told all of this. Our firemen were on scene, and they done their absolute best. Metro, and it was shut down for 2 to 3 hours, the road there. They had to do some reconstruction because it was such a
How many
serious.
vehicles were involved?
5.
5 vehicles.
And that is the absolute, as Bill, not to steal Bill Etheridge's old slogan,
Worst location.
in the world.
Another public service announcement, and I'm serious on this one. When you get in a situation like it, it's okay to pull out and go to the right. Go down the road.
And then turn
Get in
around.
the left lane. That way you're only having to cross one time.
That's right.
I mean, there are certain situations, and I'm not an engineer. I don't build highways, but there are some bad situations in every town. But, it's like people that'll go over a hill to stop and turn left. Go on down the road, turn around, come back.
Where it's clear.
Just be careful, people. This is sad.
We got rid of a scammer, another one. Thank y'all for pointing the name out there where I could catch it out of the corner of my eye. We got rid of him. Now, I also got an update. Here's a blessing. I don't know the extent of it, but the child that was shot that was in critical shape is doing better. That's a step in the right direction. And let me say this. Other media were invited to and I know what happened, invited to City Hall yesterday to do an interview.
You didn't get an invite?
I did not get an invite.
I didn't either.
Now, officially, that was not a press conference. So what would be said to me if I complained would be, well, you didn't ask. Well, I understand that others didn't. They were called and said, if you would like an interview, come on down. Why was I not invited? Because I would ask the hard questions. That's why I was not invited there. And Mr. Mayor, I have hard questions for you that you need to answer. No, we can be friends after an interview. It's not the end of anything, but questions have to be answered in life. And I feel truly that it's hurting citizens of Meridian when the truth is not told. It's a slight we have well over 100,000 people that follow our page, that watch it's tons. We're not trying to brag, but we represent a large portion of Mississippi, Meridian, Mississippi, that watch this program that want answers. We don't take just because you say there's nothing wrong as the answer anymore.
No.
We question that, and you should be giving answers. Telling us that everything is okay is not. What is the answer to the problem? But that did happen yesterday, and I thought it needed to be addressed. It is not right. It is not fair. That is that's a liberal move to me, to dodge someone that's going to ask you a question. I can't change it. I can't fix it. But that happened. City Hall, up there at the mayor's office there, of who handles these affairs. Did Jimmy tell them not to invite me? Maybe. I can't prove that. But at the end of the day, I did not get the invite like the other media in town. So be it. I still have my questions for you. I will get those asked one day. May not get an answer, but I'll still ask them. We appreciate you very much up there. It's okay to be not liked in life. It's all right.
Yeah,
because
but it just gets kind of...
Because tick, 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 voting is coming. There will be a box, and I'll be more than happy to buy a box to help them box up things when they have to leave. It's time for a change. Somebody that actually steps forward and does something for our city. It needs it. We need a hero. We need a leader. A leader steps forward when it's bad. I'm telling you, and quote me on this, your darkest hour defines who you are. When it's being slung at you, when you feel like you ain't got a person, a friend in the world, the steps that you make, what you do, reflect who you are. It defines you. We're watching. The ballot box will tell the truth. More up and coming as we'll change subjects next. Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Greg. We just got notification that the trunk or treat is not going to be rescheduled at the Meridian Police Department. We thought maybe tonight it would, but it's not. So don't expect that. And I'm sure it has a lot to play with. They need officers on the street. And maybe there was another way to do it to get other people to volunteer, but I didn't make that decision. But that's not happening this year. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and a lot of people look forward to that. It's like the Shop with a Cop. Boy, that used to be a great program.
I used to love doing that.
Yeah, and you know, me and Debbie through the years done that over and over to help bring kids presents. And
yes.
Anyway, I hate that program doesn't exist anymore in Meridian.
I hate that.
But it's some of those things you cannot change. I don't have any. You got any good news? You can change the subject.
I got some birthdays. A couple here.
Who we got?
We've got Shannon Barham. We've got Hannah Lane, 23. And then Miss Kathy Kemp, Clark County.
Ooh.
A beautiful
Former First Lady
That's
of
right.
Clark County.
Beautiful, sweet, sweet lady. And Todd sent that in, said his beautiful wife's birthday today. So we wish everyone that's got a birthday a happy, happy birthday. Want y'all to have a wonderful weekend. Get out and support. Go get you a plate to Moose Lodge. Go see Keith and them's car show. Get you a hot dog, hamburger, or some Boston butt there too.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Main thing, get out and love somebody. Be nice to somebody. Be patient, kind.
All the above. I want to bring this up because I don't care who you are, this was funny. I often have, do you call them memes? Is that what you call them? But
what's that?
I had some coffee and I spit
That was
it
my question.
when I read this because it was funny. As I pull this up, this was posted this week. Every night before bed, Chuck Norris checks his closet for Scotty Ray.
I like the other one.
Let's see here.
I thought it was the other way around.
Here's one. The news even reported here we have a white guy in a cowboy hat who follows danger around like some redneck Batman. Explaining.
So they were trying to explain who you are to some friends in California. So redneck Batman. We're working on a potential costume for next Halloween, boy.
I thought they already had a bunch of people dressed up as
They
him.
did, but we got to do the redneck Batman.
Oh, yeah, that'd be different.
Speaking of, let me go back to that. Southeast had their day yesterday, and I need to recognize these because let me tell y'all something. It is humbling is not even the word for this, for somebody to dress as you. And I cannot think. Here's one of the teachers out at Southeast. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Look, we even made it to the baseball field. Here we go. Look at here.
Oh, Lord.
Now, ultimate compliment, I don't care who you are, is when a child takes the time to dress as you. And let me say a big thank you here to this little fella. I appreciate him. He said he was going to be Scotty Ray's assistant.
There you go.
His name is Jace. We appreciate it.
I don't know what you're doing, but it's obviously working. You're doing something right.
Thank you.
You know, even if you are a redneck Batman.
We have to come up with what would a redneck vehicle be?
That truck.
Well, you got one.
You got one in pieces downstairs.
That's like 712 pieces.
In fact, if you just put the engine, transmission, and the drivetrain back in, you don't even need fenders or none of that.
Man, y'all,
just drive that.
I don't know if that truck.
All I can think about is it's a kit.
It really seemed like a great idea that it was going to take 3 months. Oh, take this off, take that off, and put it back together.
I'm not exaggerating. There's a frame, and then there's pieces everywhere. There's not one body part that's together. There's springs, axles, wheels, tires.
It may never run. I could have sent my kid to college over this thing, too. Oh, my gosh. Don't ever buy an antique car. Let me just warn y'all, don't do it.
Well, donate it to the kid.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to get a dumpster to get all the pieces.
They would look at me at this point and go, Daddy.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. We want to say thank you from the bottom of our heart for you taking the time out of your busy schedule today to join us and watch our show. We enjoy what we do. We're going to go out and track things and let you know what happens throughout the day. Anything else needs to be said?
Just waiting on you to exit the bat cave.
Thank guys. I appreciate y'all, Kirby, Keith. Thank y'all for coming in.
Thank you.
Y'all have a blessed day. We love you.
We'll see you tomorrow.